Hey guys, today I'm going to be giving you a guide for the equipment and team members and even Zenkai buffer options for the upcoming Ultra Super Saiyan Goku from the Namek Saga that's going to be coming for part 3 of the 7th anniversary. So I have created here a little team that just has a lot of, Gokus that are similar in tags to the upcoming Ultra one. So starting off with this first, the Beast Gohan equipment is absolutely broken and a must run basically. 15% base blast, 10% blue card damage, health restoration, ultimate damage, and 25% to base strike attack. It's very strong, and just about any Sun family that is yellow should be running this. You can also get it from the Ultimate Equipment Collection thing here, event. And it's going to be Ultra Bonanza, so when he comes out, so make sure you take advantage of it. The next awakened equipment is this one here that is another golden awakened equipment. It gives you 20% to base blast, 20% to base strike defense, and 33% to base strike attack. It can be worn for any Goku that is, a Goku character and a melee type. And it's going to be pretty well rounded for any Goku, especially in this case where he's just going to have a lot of stats. And overall, his Ultra character seems to be pretty easy to use, so this Awakened equipment is going to be pretty helpful for that. Again, you're going to have to buy it here with the Ultra Space Time Rush medals, but anyways, this other gold equip, a lot of gold equips, 20% to base strike defense, 22% to base strike, and 12.5% to both your base key recovery and blue card damage. So, if you have him at high stars, this could be especially helpful for getting those long combos in and doing a lot of damage within them, since it gives you base key recovery, so you can recover key faster and doing more blue card damage to finish them off stronger. So I really only recommend this if you have Ultra Goku at higher stars, so that his base attack is already really high, as this doesn't really give you all that much more base strike attack, but it can be worn with any Super Saiyan character. So anyways, moving on to the final Golden Awakened equip, it's going to be this You Must Be Frieza, probably the strongest one here. 25% to base strike defense in total, 10% to blue card damage again in total, 35% to base strike, and 10% to base blast. This is absurdly broken, and it can be worn with any character that is Saiyan from Frieza Saga Z, which obviously Super Saiyan Goku is from both is a Saiyan and from Frieza Saga Z. So with all the percentages added up together, this is an extremely powerful thing, and I think regardless of your star count, this is basically a must run. So in case you have this co-op equip that came up a while back, or maybe you just decided to buy it, and if you're running him on a Sun family team, you can take advantage of it. It's going to give you 15% to base blast defense, 20% to base strike defense, and a 12% multiplier for both strike and blast attack, along with an additional 20% to base blast defense. So again, this is only going to be useful if you're running him with a full Sun family team, which I'm going to get into teams in a little bit. But Kakarot Goku, not Kakarot Goku, Kaioken Goku, also you have to buy from the co-op equipment shop. So again, Ultra Bonanza, you have to buy like that. Whoops. But yeah, Kaioken Goku and MUI could all count as viable members that you could run him with. You could also have this budget version of the Awakened equip that I talked about earlier. It's basically the same thing. I find it easier to reroll equipments that are just golden rather than unique. It gives you 10% to base strike defense and a total of 35% to base strike attack. So in case you don't feel like going for the Awakened equip, you can also just stick with the regular golden version, which I feel like is a lot easier to get, since you can just buy it with your equipment medals here. And again, Ultra Bonanza is going to make this a lot easier. We also have this other golden equipment here called Righteous Saiyans. It's going to be a little bit of a weird one, but it's just going to give you a lot of options. I personally recommend that you go for base strike attack, and then special move at the end. So it'll give you a total of just if you re-roll it at max, it'll give you 33% to base strike attack, and it'll give you an additional 12% to special move damage or ultimate damage if you decide to go for that. Both of them, in my opinion, will work and do you wonders. So just re-roll it properly. Make sure you're paying attention to what you actually get, because there's so many things you can get here, and nobody needs base critical. So just make sure you're paying attention to what you actually re-roll here. Anyways, we also have this other golden equipment here that is going to give you 20% to base strike defense. Oh, and also don't forget that you can buy this again with just your equipment medals, but it'll give you 30% to base strike attack and 10% to base health. So overall, this is probably the most well-rounded golden equipment that you can have. And really the only condition is just Frieza Saga Z. So any Frieza Saga Z character can wear this, including that blue Zenkai Frieza that came out a while ago, and the Ultra Frieza Saga. I mean, Ultra Full Power Frieza that is going to be coming out alongside them. You can also run this golden equipment here. It's going to give you just a bunch of freaking stats, including base strike and base blast attack, and both base strike and base blast defenses. And this first slot can be either 15% to base strike or base blast, so make sure you go for the base strike one, because you know Goku is going to be a melee type character, so you want to have him be stronger in his strike rather than his blast. So you know it's extremely well rounded, and if you do decide to get it, it's only conditioned to Sun Family, and Sun Family will always be getting buffed, so this equipment will be very valuable for you in the future. You can also get this equipment here that's just for melee types, 45% to base strike attack in total and 30% to base strike defense. It'll just give you a bunch of base stats, and you can get it here with the Legends medals that you get every month. So you know, just make sure you have 4 S ranked equipments here, so you can, you know, basically sacrifice them to merge into that that equipment I just showed you. And even though there is this Frieza Saga Z equipment, it gives you health, and you can get it here at the Ultimate Equipment Collection, but it gives you health, it gives you defenses, but it focuses on 30% for base blast attack, and again, since Goku is going to be melee based, he isn't going to really be benefiting a lot from this equipment, but Ultra Frieza will if you decide to summon for him over Goku, which, you know. Alright, now moving on to actual teams that you can run Ultra Goku on. This is a pretty simple team. It's just going to be, you know, transforming MUI. Also, I'm going to be running this free-to-play Super Saiyan Goku just as a placeholder for the Ultra one that's going to be coming out. So, you know, they're pretty similar. It's just the only difference is that one is melee, the other one is ranged. But also, same thing with this Kaioken Goku. It's free-to-play version, but I mean, you know, it's the same thing. Whoops. But, you know, this is a pretty well-rounded team. Everybody has a Zenkai buffer, and this Pan here is going to be buffing Sun Family here with her Z ability, their strike attack. So it's still going to be a really strike-based team and pretty well-rounded. There's nothing really wrong with it. It's about the most simple Saiyan team that can be running right now. Alright, now moving on to our second potential Saiyan team that you could be running. I'm going to be having Green Daimaku here with alongside Goku and Bardock, who have Indestructible, who's going to synergize with Ultra Goku's his KO guard thing, basically giving you a lot of extra lives. But you know, also make sure you have your unique equipment with Goku and Bardock, and everybody's going to be getting one Zenkai buffer, and make sure that they actually are Zenkai buff, because I personally don't have either of these guys at a high enough start to even have them Zenkai buffed. So Zenkai Awakened, I mean, but you know, just make sure you have them awakened. And overall, this team is once again going to be extremely strike oriented, and with the synergy between Indestructible and the KO guard, it's going to be pretty helpful to be running basically 2 extra life mechanics on this singular team. So, you know, and 2 of these guys have blast armor. So overall, really well-rounded team with a lot of strike power. This next team is going to be just Ultra Super Saiyan Goku on a Universe Rep team. It's just going to be transforming MUI with Go Frieza, and Go Frieza, you know, has, you know, say Goku, so you know he still it still has synergy. Strike again, it's going to be another strike-based team with Android 16 and Pan on for Zenkai buffers. It's going to be buffing MUI and Go Frieza, as you know they're both Blue and Saiyan, or Blue and Universe Rep, or Blue and Sun Family, I mean, but whatever. And this First Form Frieza does carry a blue card, so this could be pretty helpful as it's Zenkai buffing Go Frieza. And even though I don't have him Zenkai buff, make sure you have him Zenkai buff if you want to have him as a bench. But you know, this could serve you pretty well, as you can use the blue card for Ultra Goku a lot more often, which is going to be pretty powerful, as I believe it does give you additional gauge if you know Ultra Goku has his time gauge. So very important. Alright, and now on to actual potential battle members that you could be running alongside Ultra Super Saiyan Goku here. Since he is just, you know, his Ultra ability is just Saiyan and he's melee based, you could really just go with a bunch of characters here, as long as they're, you know, Saiyans and melee. So to do that, let's just narrow down the list by going down here and toggling the attack Saiyan, and then scrolling down here and selecting melee, and boom. all of a sudden now we have a giant list of characters that you can run alongside Ultra Super Saiyan Goku. I mean, I can make a team easily and just go with MUI right here, and then I can just go scroll down and go, oh, go Frieza. He's also Universe Rep, so now we have a Universe Rep team. Or Zenkai Blue Bros, and then fusing Blue Bros. I mean, already now we have movies team. Or I can go Green Daimaku and then go down Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Now we have a Daimacore. Or I could even go further down and go Godku here, and then go back up to MUI. I mean, now all of a sudden Godku team. I mean, the possibilities for this Ultra Super Saiyan Goku, you can put him on just about any Saiyan team as long as it's mostly strike based. And, you know, all these characters mostly are at the bottom at least irrelevant. So, as for characters I don't have, you can go down here and toggle, what, you can't select both, whatever. Okay, let's just go with, not acquired. And now we have an even bigger list here of characters that I don't have that you can also run alongside him. You can go with, DB Kid Goku here, who has Indestructible, or the incredibly annoying UMV we all know and hate. Or you can go with Kaioken Goku here that I sadly don't have because I got shafted, but, you know, Transforming Super Saiyan 3. All of these guys just work really well with him as they are Saiyan and melee based. And as for Zenkai buffers, you can go with this GT Goku or this Super Vegeta here. I mean, these guys buff Yellow and Saiyan. Or you can also go with this Bardock here, who also buffs Yellow and Saiyan. So, you know, he has 3 pretty mostly accessible Zenkai buffers who are mostly easy to get. So ultimately, this Super Saiyan Goku that will be coming out is going to be an extremely very viable Ultra character who I strongly recommend that just about everybody goes and summons for, because this guy is probably most likely going to be number 1 in the game. And, you know, even though Kaioken Goku technically does counter him, he does have a lot of powerful teammates since this is a 3v3 game. So, you know, I will be summoning, and I wish you guys the best of luck on your summons. See you next time.